So we're going to begin this video talking about comments, and then we're going to move into syntax errors. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a comment to my project. So at the beginning of my main, I'm going to make what is first called a block comment. So a block comment covers multiple lines of code, multiple lines of text. So it starts with a slash and an asterisk. And you'll notice that everything turns green. That is because comments in Visual Studio are green. So I can say my first project by Amanda Shelton. And now to close this, it is an asterisk and a slash, followed by a slash. So that allows you to have multiple lines of comments. Comments in your code help people understand what you're trying to do in the code. If they have to go back later and make adjustments to your code, they can follow your logic easier. You can also add what is a single line comment. So sometimes when your code is not working properly, you may use this block comment feature, or you may just comment out one line. That way you can see if that is where your project is breaking down or not. So as we get into more complicated programs, you will hear me say, why don't you comment out lines 14 through 20 and then gradually uncomment it and you will find your error. That is what I'm getting at. So I am going to uncomment this one single line of program, but I will add one little single line of comment here, say welcome class info. So that is how you do comments. Now the other piece of this video is to discuss syntax errors. So if I were to remove this semicolon right here, I now have an error in my error list at the bottom. And you'll see that it is saying semicolon is expected. When I add my semicolon there, it goes away. Maybe I do right line with a lowercase l, and down here it says the name right line does not exist in its current context. Now if you don't understand what that means, you can copy and paste that error message to Google and Google it, and it will give you, or Bing, whatever you use, it will give you a synopsis of what it's talking about. In this instance, it has to be capital W and a capital L. Same thing is true with my read key. If I just type a lowercase k, I get an error. Turn it back to an uppercase. You cannot run your projects with these syntax errors in there. They won't run. They're going to tell you, do you want to run anyways? It's going to crash. You have to take care of those errors previously to running your program. Now this is not logical errors. So an example of a logical error is I'm going to take that space out after professor. I'm going to run my program, and you can see that now Professor and Amanda are right on top of each other. There's no space there. That's an example of a simple logical error. So the way to fix that is for me to go back to my code and put a space either after Professor or before Amanda. Doesn't matter where you add it, it just matters that it's there. When I run this now, it's spaced out. So that is a brief intro into how to do comments and our beginning syntax errors that you may incur while you're working on this project.